Hi, my name is Andreanne, and I'm the museum manager at le Monastère des Augustines, located in Québec City, Canada. Welcome to our unique project, where history meets wellness. Today, I'd like to share with you the story of our project. Its history, its business model, its mission, and how we continue the remarkable legacy of care of the Augustinian Sisters by blending centuries-old traditions with contemporary well-being practices. First, let me tell you a bit more about the Augustinian Sisters. And for this, I have to take you back in time to the very beginning of the French settlement in North America. The history of nursing in Quebec is intimately linked to the history of the Catholic Church, and more specifically, to the commitment of women's religious hospitaller communities. A little-known heritage, but one that deserves to be discovered. When they arrived by boat from France in 1639, the Augustinian Sisters established the first hospital in North America, north of Mexico, l'Hôtel Dieu de Québec, which can be translated as God's Hotel. Their mission was to heal both bodies and souls, guided by values rooted in Catholic traditions. It was with them that the history of nursing began. Between the 17th and 20th centuries, the Augustinian Sisters established 12 hospitals, in addition to numerous other social assistance structures to help the sick, the downtrodden, and the most destitute. In doing so, they helped lay the foundations of our current healthcare system. After more than 350 years of existence, the Augustinian Sisters started facing the prospect of decline. At the end of the 20th century, they began to reflect on the future of their heritage, both tangible and intangible. The idea of creating an inhabited place of remembrance, where their mission of hospitality and care for bodies and souls would continue to live on, was born. To bring this project to fruition, the Augustinian Sisters decided to bequeath their impressive heritage to the people of Quebec. Let's take a moment to review that legacy that bears witness to the history of healthcare in Quebec. First, their tangible heritage. This includes their founding monastery, established in the 17th century, but also a collection of 50,000 artifacts, more than 1 linear kilometer of archival documents and ancient books. These items embody the history of the 12 monastery hospitals established by the Augustinian Sisters and, indirectly, a significant portion of Quebec's history. Second, their intangible heritage. This includes the centuries-old rituals, values, and ways of life of the Augustinian Sisters, such as silence, mindfulness, hospitality, care, and compassion. Transforming this heritage into a fully functional hospitality, cultural, and wellness venue required careful planning, significant investment, and a leap of faith. Yet, the vision prevailed. Finally, in 2015, le Monastère des Augustines opened its doors as a nonprofit organization in its renewed form, a haven of peace, culture, and wellness. But what is that exactly, might you ask? Well, today, approximately 80% of Le Monastère's operations are self-funded through revenue-generating activities, including a hotel with 65 beautifully renovated rooms, a mindful eating restaurant, a museum, massages and treatments, wellness retreats, cultural activities, and room rentals. About 15% of the budget is supported by public grants, primarily allocated to cultural initiatives, such as our exhibitions, both permanent and temporary, the management of our archive center, and artifact preservation. Finally, an additional 5% comes from fundraising. Le Monastère's global experience has been curated to be in sync with the legacy of the Augustinian Sisters in its tangible and intangible heritage. without imposing religious dogma. We aim to support individuals in discovering meaning that resonates with their personal journey. Let's look at the elements of the history of the Augustinian Sisters and how their founding monastery was used to build a coherent project with a strong social impact. First, carrying on the tradition of their founding monastery. As I said earlier, faced with the prospect of their demise, the Augustinian Sisters did everything in their power to ensure that their mission of care would continue beyond themselves. But they also wished to protect their founding monastery, a major heritage site in Quebec and Canada. Each time the Augustinian Sisters established a hospital, they also built an adjacent monastery. And why is that? Well, because up until 1965, the Augustinian Sisters, like many other cloistered religious communities, lived in strict enclosure. This meant that upon entering religious life, their commitment was profound and absolute. In other words, they lived behind closed doors. To honor this vow while fulfilling their mission of caring for the sick, they created connecting passageways that allowed them to move directly to and from the hospital without breaking their enclosure. Oh, and by the way, if you were wondering, well, the Old Quebec continues to serve as a functioning hospital to this day. The monastery was more than a home for the Augustinian Sisters. It was where they ate, slept, but also prayed, sang, and attended Mass. It represented the heart of their spiritual life. Today, the Augustinian Sisters who still inhabit the monastery tell us that this way of life, between action, caring for the sick, and contemplation, the time spent in prayer at the monastery, is the key to their resilience in the face of the difficulties they had as caregivers. The monastery is and has always been their refuge, a place to recharge and find strength. So naturally, the conversion project of Le Monastère des Augustines honors this legacy by becoming a haven for rejuvenation. Many of their practices, mostly rooted in Catholic rites, are now updated in non-confessional practices, since it was the Augustinian Sisters' wish that the project should resonate with everyone, whatever their beliefs are. Second, a legacy of care and community. Le Monastère's history is one of enduring resilience and innovation. The Augustinian Sisters envisioned a space that would benefit all Quebecers, but they held a special place in their hearts for caregivers and healthcare workers, which they considered their natural heirs. To honor this legacy, we offer affordable stays for the caregivers and healthcare workers that include meals and access to our facilities. Today, Le Monastère dedicates an average of 2,500 nights per year for these respite stays, reaffirming its commitment to its social mission. While we welcome visitors from all horizons, we focus our support on those who dedicate their lives to caring for others. Our contemporary, non-confessional approach draws on the sisters' values of compassion, knowledge, and interpersonal skills to provide present-day solutions. By offering respite and meaningful connection, we hope to empower caregivers and healthcare professionals to find meaning in their vital roles. Third, linking past, present, and future. The Augustinian Sisters' way of life has inspired and keeps inspiring Le Monastère's services and activities. The Sisters' philosophy of care emphasizes the holistic nature of human health. By treating patients as whole individuals, they inspire our work in promoting a balanced approach to health. This includes recognizing that health is not merely the absence of disease, but encompasses physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual well-being. So, to bring the Augustinian Sisters' mission of care up to date, Le Monastère is dedicating itself to offering a secular wellness experience that draws from the tangible and intangible legacy of the sisters. For example, we invite our guests to disconnect from their devices and to tune into their inner selves. In that regard, we provide handmade knitted pockets in all our authentic rooms, so our guests can put their phones to rest just as they, themselves, are resting. Also, to honor the Augustinian Sisters' way of life, our guests are offered to enjoy a breakfast in silence, to start the day with a moment of calm at Le Vivoire, our mindful eating and relaxation space. Furthermore, we invite visitors to reflect upon the intersections of their personal narratives with the historical narrative of the Augustinian Sisters. When designing our temporary exhibition, Reconnect, we drew inspiration from the Augustinian Sisters' unique balance between action and contemplation. Guided by principles of museotherapy, Reconnect now offers visitors an immersive experience of well-being through direct engagement with the sisters' archives and artifacts. This sensory and enveloping exhibition invites visitors to step away from the busyness of life to embrace a moment of introspection. The journey begins with a symbolic gesture, opening the old lock on a door that once connected the hospital to the monastery. This act, performed daily by the sisters, as I said earlier, embodies the seamless transition between action and contemplation. By allowing visitors to handle authentic artifacts, we offer a unique and intimate encounter with the sisters' history. This tactile experience invites visitors to engage deeply with their legacy. In fact, the title Reconnect comes from Sister Lise Tanguy, the Superior General of the Augustinian Sisters, who once said, "Le Monastère will be a place where it is possible to reconnect, that is, to connect with oneself again." At Le Monastère, well-being isn't limited to treatments and activities. We want to offer an occasion to reconnect with what truly matters. This journey is enriched through simple yet profound practices, such as honoring silence, disconnecting from external distractions, and fostering mindful presence. These timeless keys to well-being, which allowed the Augustinian Sisters to maintain their health and balance, are now shared with our guests to inspire their own personal journeys. Another way to echo the spiritual heritage of the Augustinian Sisters. Caring for the life within, to better care for the life around, that is the legacy we offer. As you can see, Le Monastère des Augustines is much more than a museum. It's a tribute to the history of the Augustinian Sisters, the first nurses of Canada, but also a 386 years old refuge, now accessible to all thanks to the vision and generosity of the sisters. A place where care permeates the walls, creating an atmosphere we truly believe words just cannot describe.